Welcome to day 3 of your Ayurvedic cleanse, Cleansed by Nature. I'm Jessie Powell and I'll be running you through some yoga and meditation today, and with a little added twist. We're going to add on myofascial release. So we're going to need one therapy ball. So maybe we've talked and you've come to some of my classes before, and maybe you have some therapy balls. If not, a tennis ball will work as well if you have one of those. So we've probably talked about this beforehand. You've seen it in the email that I indicated that today's class needs a therapy ball. So it will be also in your list of equipment that you need to get the week before. So you likely have one of these. So that's all we're going to need for today. No blanket required. The affirmation for today is I am strong. Okay, moving into this day, you're going to be still maybe feeling a little bit hungry, some of those cravings, maybe feeling a little bit grumpy. So the best thing that we can do in order to get past these feelings and these emotions is to really dive into our yoga practice and meditation practice. Okay, so first what we're going to do here is lie down on the floor. Okay, so we're going to begin lying on our backs in constructive resting. So lying down, the feet on the floor, bottom of the feet on the floor, and just lying down, maybe closing the eyes, placing the hands on the floor beside you just to start here. We're going to take a few moments to just connect to the breath. You can close the eyes. Start to feel your breath rising and falling. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fall. Be bringing the breath into the belly. Inhale, belly expands, bringing the hands to the belly here. Inhale, expand the belly. Exhale, release. Inhale, expand the belly. Exhale, let it go. And just keep going. Nice deep inhales and exhales into the belly. This is called yogic breathing. When we breathe into the belly, we bring that awareness all the way down from the head into the body, which is the goal of yoga. The goal of Ayurveda as well, as they are sisters. Just continuing to breathe in and out through the nose. Through the nose and into the belly. Often when we breathe, the breath gets kind of stuck in the upper part of the body. So in the chest and the throat and the sinuses, this is where the main areas of respiration are. However, when we move that breath down into the belly area, we really allow the whole torso of the body to really expand and receive that prana. Prana means life force, and that is what the breath is. Beautiful, feeling nice and relaxed here. We're going to take the hands and bring them to the sides of the body, gently tuck the chin down towards the chest. We're going to take the heels and bring them in towards the bum, planting the feet back down, setting up for our bridge posture. And when you're ready, we're going to lift the hips up, pressing into the feet, lift the hips, find your bridge. It doesn't have to be a huge lift. It can just be whatever works for you today. Pressing into the floor, keeping the knees nice and strong. Strong through the legs, tucking the shoulders under the body, maybe just a little bit for that extra support in the upper body. Beautiful. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Find the breath here, holding the bridge. Hold the bridge up. Let the boats all go under. Boats or cars or whatever you want to visualize. Pressing into the feet. Feel that activation through the feet and the legs and the knees. Beautiful. On your next exhale, we're going to lower back down. Beautiful. We're going to find a little flow here. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, set them down. Inhale, lift the hips, pressing feet and hands into the mat. Exhale, set it down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, set it down. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, set it down. Inhale, rise, effort. Exhale, lower, ease. One more time. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. All the way back down. Beautiful. Let's take those legs long. Find a nice full body stretch here. Extend the arms over the head. Point the toes. Really draw the whole body open here, wiggling the fingers and toes. Maybe it's the morning and you're coming to this practice. Beautiful. Let's take those knees into the chest. Wrap the arms around the knees. Give your knees a nice big hug. Beautiful. Take some circles with the knees, just massaging the back of the sacrum. Just one direction and then the other. Beautiful. We're going to take the hands and bring them underneath the knees. We're going to just do a little rock and roll, coming all the way up. Rocking, making a little playful, taking a few more little playful rocks here, if that feels good. And then we're going to come onto our hands and knees. Coming onto those hands and knees here, planting the hands. We're just going to rock gently from side to side. We won't stay here for too long. Beautiful. All right, let's send the hands forward. I like to take one little step forward of the hands. So in sort of an extended table here, it sets me up really nice for my downward dog. You may not need to. It really depends on your torso and your body and how you come into your downward dog. But I like to take one step forward into an extended table. Tuck the toes. Get ready here. Pressing into the hands. All four knuckles are pressing into the other side of the hand. Okay, so we're really pressing into that hand. Maybe finding a little bend in the elbows here. Lift the hips up. Send the hips back and send the head in between the biceps here. Find your downward facing dog. Maybe do a little pedal of your dog. Beautiful. The idea with downward dog is you want to find this nice flat back, okay? And there's no pressure to have your heels touching the floor. That's not a requirement of downward facing dog. Beautiful. Find that breath. Just holding your dog here for a moment. And when you're ready, we're slowly going to walk the feet up towards the hands. Coming up to the tip of the mat, find your forward fold. Nice bend in the knees, send the weight back into the hips. But gripping through the toes here still. Just allow the head to dangle. Shake your head, yes, I am strong. Shake your head, no, I will not give up. Beautiful. Okay, bending into those knees. We're going to allow the hands to just draw up the body, just touching the legs, the feet, and the shins, the knees, all the way up. Coming all the way up to stand, nice and slow. Beautiful. And as you arrive to stand, just sending the shoulders down the back body. Just arriving here in your mountain. Maybe closing the eyes. Send the palms forward, bend the knees, rooting down. Send those roots deep down into the earth. And then when you're ready, we're going to scoop the air up to the sides. Bring those hands all the way up. Reaching up. We're going to bring the hands together and then point up towards the ceiling and just send the hands back. Find a little back bend here. Beautiful. Coming back to center, we're going to bring the hands all the way down to the sides of the body. And we're going to grab onto our therapy ball or a tennis ball and just place it on the mat. We're going to do a little foot roll here. So just starting by rolling nice and gentle on the bottom of the foot. So I'll turn here. All I'm doing is just really gentle feather-like pressure on the bottoms of the foot. Starting, let's say, with whatever foot you've started with is great. Sometimes we're drawn to starting with one foot over the other. You can place your hands on your hips for balance. And we just rolling the ball around nice and gentle. Try not to make it like a rapid thing. Just make it nice and slow. That's the key here. Just moving slow. If there's anything that you take from this cleanse, at the end, I hope it's that you can move slowly and purposefully through your life instead of rushing through everything. Okay, Ayurveda promotes this slow movement, and this promotes your digestion as well. You don't want to speed your digestion, right? Beautiful. Okay, we're going to take the ball into the toes now. So just allowing the toes to draw up onto the ball. So the big toe and the first two toes are the main toes that we're stretching here. Beautiful. Bending into the knees. Feel that stretch into the toes. Hopefully this is okay for you. Okay, keeping those hands on the hips, we're going to send the other foot forward into a mini lunge. So we're really drawing those toes back. The hips are nice and even. Beautiful. Send the hands down to the sides of the body. Open up the palms to the front and just looking up, shine that heart up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. And when you're ready, if it feels okay, we're gonna rise the arms up. Beautiful. Really activating through the toes. Beautiful. Let's bring those hands back down. Bring that other foot back. And we're going to bring the ball into the baby toes here. So maybe the middle toe and the two little baby toes. Getting a nice stretch to the toes here. So what we're doing with myofascial release, the fascia is the bodysuit or skin underneath the skin of our bodies, okay? And it encases our organs and muscles and joints, ligaments, everything. It's all encased with fascia. So it's a really important part of the body. It's our most sensory rich organ. It sends messages constantly to the brain, and it's very, very important for our general movement in life. So what we can do to keep it healthy is we can get massages, and we can use these therapy balls at different points of the body so that we can work out any adhesions that might form within the complex fascia grid that's in the body. Okay, so we're focusing on the feet here. There's a lot of fascia, there's a lot of bones and everything in the feet. So that fascia can become tangled, and maybe you've heard of plantar fasciitis. So that happens when the fascia in the feet becomes really dry and tangled. Okay, so what we're trying to do here is just really allow that lubrication to come back into the feet. This is called hyaluronic acid, and this is what allows the fascia to remain, to have this gel-like substance, which is the hyaluronic acid, and that allows the fascia within the body to slide and move across the muscles and ligaments and bones really fluidly. Sometimes we can have this decrease in hyaluronic acid with age, injury, overuse, that sort of thing. Okay, so let's take the ball into the heel now. Okay, so just pressing down. This is a really good one that you may not think is going to be that great, but it actually is. Okay, so we're pressing the ball into the heel, really smooshing down onto that ball. Finding your foundation, using the breath. Sometimes we can lose the breath when we focus on the feet. Beautiful, just pressing in. And then we're just going to shift the heel from side to side. So the toes are remaining, the pads of the toes are remaining on the floor. We're just shifting the heel from side to side. Beautiful. Whew. Just waking up the bottoms of the feet here. Coming back to center, we're going to press down into the heel and lift the toes. Bend the knee. We're going to internally and externally rotate the knee so that we're really getting into that deep fascia that wraps around the bottom of the heel, that heel bone. Beautiful. Hello, miss. Here's my yoga cat. This is Cuddles. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to just release that, and we're going to do one more spot here. Watch out, Cuddles. The inside of the foot. Okay, so we're going to press the ball into the inside of the foot and set the outside of the foot down. This is the area of the foot that is associated with digestion. So according to reflexology, there's a pressure point right on the inside of the foot that is connected to digestion and the intestinal system as well. So by doing this, we're supporting our digestive system. And it might feel a little bit intense. This might be these certain pressures that we're moving through. You're gonna definitely be feeling sensation. What you want is sensation, not pain, okay? So just really listening here, finding the breath. You can always close the eyes. It's just finding stillness here. And if that feels complete for you, we're gonna move over to the other foot. So just starting to, again, just do that feather-like pressure on the other foot here. Just rolling the ball around the bottom, the plantar portion of the foot. And I always say to my students that I recommend doing this practice once a day if you can, just in any form. Just little things that you can do for your feet every day are really beneficial. Our feet are our foundation, right? So they start at the floor, at the earth. They're our connection to the rest of our body. They're really important. And sometimes we forget about our feet because our minds and our brains are so far away. You know, they don't seem to be as close, so maybe aren't as important, but they really, really are. If you've ever experienced pain in your feet, injury in your feet, or plantar fasciitis, or anything like that, you probably know how important feet can become when they're not feeling so good. So it's important that we pay attention to our feet. Beautiful. We're going to bring the ball into those toes. So the big toe and the first two toes, really opening up those toes. Beautiful. Bending into the knees. Bring the hands to the hips. We're going to send the other foot forward into that mini lunge. Bend to that front knee. Shine the heart forward and up. Bring those shoulders back. Feeling powerful, feeling strong. I am strong. That's our theme. If it feels okay and you feel balanced, you can bring the arms up overhead. Beautiful. All right, let's bring those arms down, back to the hips. Bring that foot back. And we're going to bring the ball into the baby toes now. So maybe the third toe and the two little guys. Just opening up the toes on the side of the foot. It's really important to maintain flexibility and mobility in the feet. Especially as you age, it can really start to sort of stiffen up. And we need to have that flexibility in our feet so that we can walk and move and bend and do all the things that we need to do in life. Okay, so let's take the ball and we're going to bring it into that heel. Okay, so bringing the ball into the heel. I'm just going to come over here so you can see me. Pressing down, really smush the ball. Give it a good smush. Beautiful. You can keep your other foot just on the other side for balance. Hands on the hips here, standing up nice and tall. Find the breath. Beautiful. In and out through the nose. Beautiful. Then we're just going to start to shift the foot from side to side. Just get a nice heel massage here. As we connect to the feet, we connect to the earth, we connect to the ground, and we feel a little more grounded. And feeling grounded as you move through this cleanse is really key and important. Okay, so this is a really, really beneficial practice for you as you move through this cleanse program. Beautiful. All right, let's pause there. Back to stillness, pressing down onto the heel. We're going to lift the toes, bend the knees, internally and externally rotate the knee. So we're just pushing and turning the heel into the ball. Finding the breath, in and out through the nose. Beautiful. All right, and just releasing that. And lastly, bringing the ball into that arch of the foot. Pressing into that digestion pressure point in the feet. If you believe at all in reflexology, I do. I'm just finding some stillness here. Maybe closing the eyes, you can send the palms forward, find a little mountain. And find the breath. Beautiful. If that feels complete for you, we're going to release the ball. Maybe just set it off to the side. We're all done with the ball. And just come back into your mountain posture here. Pressing into the feet, really rooting down through those feet. Grabbing into the mat with your toes. Send the palms towards the front of the room or the camera, your phone, your computer. And just really notice here, how are things feeling? How are the feet feeling? Do you feel a little bit more connected to the earth? Maybe your legs feel a little bit longer. That can be something that happens with this practice. Beautiful. When you're ready, we're going to root down through the feet. We're going to scoop the air up in front of us, hold onto an imaginary beach ball, rise those arms up nice and high. And then we're going to turn the palms out and press them all the way down to our forward fold. Bend the knees, find our fold, and then come up halfway, knees just above, hands just above the knees. Beautiful. And then we're going to bring the hands down to the floor and just come down nice and slow onto the knees. Open up the knees, bring the toes together, send the hips back, arms forward, find your child's pose. Connect to the breath. Just take this moment to check in with your body. Maybe find a little sway from side to side. And just finding some stillness here. Dropping into your sweet little child's pose cave, little love cave. A place where you can come, you just need a moment to reset. This is a great reset pose. And when you're ready, we're going to lift the head nice and slowly. Send the fingertips forward. We're going to come up onto our fingertips and just send the fingertips over to the right. And as you arrive here, send the palms down to the floor and bow the head down. Finding a nice stretch to the left side body. You should be feeling this all the way from your left ribs up through your armpit and into the top of the shoulder. It's beautiful. Come back up onto the fingertips. Spider fingers walk all the way over to the other side. And as you arrive there, palms come down, bow the head down. Feeling that stretch in the right side body. Beautiful. Bringing those fingertips back up to spider fingers, spider finger back to the center, and then walk those spider fingers in towards the body. Beautiful. And just coming here to sit on your heels if that feels okay. If it doesn't, you can always find a different comfortable seat just to close and wrap up our practice. So you can bring your hands to your heart. Beautiful. Maybe closing the eyes for a moment. We're just going to take a few moments here of short meditation before we close, okay? Just connecting to the breath, dropping the chin towards the chest. Just going to take a little heart-centered meditation. Connecting to the breath. Remembering that there's strength in the mind, but the most strength exists within the body, is in the heart. And the strongest emotion is love and joy. Keeping your experience internalized, we're going to just take the hands and place one hand on the chest and place the other hand over it so you can feel the warmth of your hands on your body. Keeping the eyes closed and just focusing on the breath. Just a nice natural breath. Slowly start to lift the chin, fluttering the eyes open, bringing the hands back together over the heart. And now we're just going to wrap up here, wrap up the video. I invite you to perhaps lay down for Shavasana if you wish. If meditating felt really good and you'd like to continue on your own, you can do that as well. But I'm going to sign off. The light in me honors and recognizes the light in you. Thank you for showing up today, for me, for your practice, and for the world. Namaste.